Hello everyone, in this video we will demonstrate how to add a device to your SofaBaton U1 or U2 remote control. Before we begin, please ensure that your app is connected to the SofaBaton remote. If it is not connected yet, please set it up first. Once your SofaBaton remote is successfully connected, the app will automatically navigate to the device page, where you will see a list of previously added devices. If you are using a new device, the system will prompt you to click the Add button. Now, let's start adding a device. After clicking Add, you will see two options: infrared control devices and Bluetooth control devices. Note that Bluetooth devices need to support discovery mode for successful pairing. If they do not, we recommend using infrared control. We will demonstrate how to add both types of devices. First, let's add an infrared control device. When you choose to add an infrared device, you can do so either by searching in the database or learning commands from your original remote. Searching means you will look up the brand and model, then fetch the corresponding code library from the database. Learning requires you to have the original remote control so that you can map the buttons to your SofaBaton remote. Therefore, if you do not know the brand and model of the device, or only need a few commands, the learning function might be the best choice. Otherwise, we recommend using the search function first, where you simply input the brand and model to get direct results. We will demonstrate both methods of adding a device separately. Learn from the original remote. Simply follow the instructions on the app screen. Locate your original remote and point the U1 or U2 remote towards it. Press the icon of the key on the app to save the function. Press and hold the button on the original remote that you want to learn. Once you have learned all the necessary keys, you can proceed to the next step and save the device. If the command appears to have been learned successfully, but fails to work when you test it, consider trying the learning process again. A quick press and release of the button, just as you would do under normal circumstances, should do the trick. Time to try searching the database. After inputting the brand and model, you will find the correct code library. You can either click Next directly or test the button functions first before proceeding. Then, you can download the codes, ensure that your phone's Bluetooth connection is stable to avoid transmission failures. The process takes about 20 seconds. After that, your device will appear in the list of added devices. Finally, let's discuss how to add a Bluetooth control device, using Apple TV or Fire TV as an example. Select your device and download the codes, which takes about 20 seconds. Disconnect the Bluetooth connection to the remote and put the remote in pairing mode so that the newly added Bluetooth device can discover it. Note that the U2 remote control only stays in Bluetooth pairing mode for 3 minutes. If the time is up, start the process from the beginning. You need to go to the Apple TV or Fire TV settings to complete the pairing process. Now, open the Settings menu on your Apple TV or Fire TV. Go to the Bluetooth section. Find the device starting with SofaBaton and click to complete the pairing. The remote screen will display a message indicating that the device has been successfully added. Now, when you open the SofaBaton app, you will see newly added TV is listed in the application. That's it. This is how you add a device to your SofaBaton remote. Hi everyone. In this video, we're going to guide you through customizing the settings on your SofaBaton remote, including reassigning keys and editing macros. Before we begin, make sure your app is connected to either the U1 or U2 remote, and that your devices have been added. If not, you'll need to set this up before continuing. For guidance on this process, please refer to our Add Devices video. After adding your devices, you can reassign the remote keys or configure macro keys using the app, depending on your needs. Sometimes the default function assigned to a remote button may not align with your expectations. You can modify the default settings. Follow these steps. Choose the device you want to edit, click on Remote Keys, and you will enter the Customize page where you can see whether the buttons already have assigned functions or not. In this page, colored button outlines represent assigned functions, while black outlines indicate buttons that are free and have not been assigned functions. Click on the button you want to reassign functions to and choose Reassign Remote Keys from the pop-up menu. The page will then display the device's command list, where you can check the currently assigned default functions or select new commands from the current device or other devices as needed. To directly control different devices without switching, you can refer to the following settings. Step 1. Set up TV power. The TV power button is a global button that is initially unassigned. Customize it so that regardless of which device is active, it sends the same command. We recommend setting it to control the TV or monitor power. This allows you to turn off the TV directly without manually switching to the TV device. Step 2. Set volume control buttons. For input devices like your gaming console, DVD player, or streaming device, referred to as source devices or input devices, assign the volume control buttons, volume plus, volume minus, and mute to control the TV's sound. Step 3. Modify default assigned commands. In some devices, the default assigned commands may not align with your personal usage habits or preferences. Reassign them as needed. If a button on your SofaBaton remote is not working, open the app to ensure the button has been assigned a function. Use Reassign Remote Key to replace it with the desired function if the default assigned function is not what you expected. For example, in the code library, there may be similar commands like exit and back. The system may default to back, but if you require exit, you can replace the default command. It is best to press trigger beside this exit button first to identify if this is the right key you want. Configure or edit macro keys. A macro is a feature that allows you to program a sequence of operations or commands into a single shortcut button. This means you can execute multiple actions with just one press of a button. So let's show you how to set up a macro. It is best to create a macro under the input source video, like TV or AV receiver. Click on the button you want to set up a new macro for. Then choose Edit Macro for this key from the pop-up menu to access the macro command editing page. You can add corresponding operations from the existing button, which contains assigned or learned commands, or from the commands database, which provides a comprehensive list of commands from the code library, including some unassigned commands. Choose as needed. For the U1 remote, macros can only be created using operations from the existing buttons. To set up a macro for quickly tuning to channel 102, you would sequentially add the operations for 1, 0, and 2 on the macro editing page. After adding these steps, save the macro to complete the setup. After the macro is set, you will notice the key turns orange, and you can find it in the Remote Keys page. If your device isn't functioning as expected after setting up macros, please refer to our Macro Not Working Us article for troubleshooting. After the macro is created, please move the scroll wheel to the device you have just created a macro for, and then press the macro button. And that's it. You've now learned how to customize your SofaBaton remote by reassigning keys and setting up macros. In this tutorial, we will show you how to enter and navigate through the U2 app. On the main page of U2 app, please click the 3 dots icon on the top left corner. Here you will see a list of options that you can navigate to. We will go through each one by one. You can read about the SofaBaton brand here. Video tutorial. Here you can find some videos of how to set up a U2 system. Guide. This item will show you a written guide on how to set up your SofaBaton remote. FAQ. Here you can search for any questions you would like to know by typing the keywords or clicking the listed items on this page. Survey for improvement. This is for customer reply and feedback, which is done through the SofaBaton survey page, Contact Support Team. This is where you can seek for online support from SofaBaton. SofaBaton Disconnect Remote is to disconnect the Bluetooth communication between your cell phone app with the current U2 remote, and after that, you can connect another SofaBaton remote to the app. Settings. Log out is for you to log out of your SofaBaton account. Delete user account is to delete your current account, and after you input the password of your account, an email will be sent to this email address with a verification code. You input this code in this item, and your current account of SofaBaton will be deleted accordingly. Now you know how to navigate through the app.